All right, on today's video, we are back at the range, and today we are going to be testing out the Fenix GL06-365. Now, if you have not watched the videos before this, we did a complete unboxing video. We went over all the specs. All that was covered on the GL06 and the GL06-365 in that video. I will put a link in the description if you want to check that video out. Now, what makes this GL06 different from the last one we tested? This one is specifically made for the rail for the SIG 365 line of guns. They've got that goofy rail, and you got to have a special light to go on the 365s if you're going to use the stock frames from SIG. Now, this is an armory craft, but it's still a factory SIG frame. Now, if you do not own a 365 series of guns, I will link in the description below the video for the regular GL06 that goes on your 1913 rails. So I'll put all those videos in the description. You can go back and check them out. Now, what we're going to do today, we're going to get this light turned on. We're going to run it here at Jesse's house on the private range. We're going to ring some steel with it, fire 100, 150 rounds through it today, make sure it stays on. We'll also turn it off, shoot some rounds, and make sure it turns back on and that it doesn't turn on its own when it's turned off. We're also going to check this mount to make sure it stays nice and tight on the 365 frame, because we didn't have any issues at all with the GL06 for the 1913 rail. I'm going to roll in some footage also of what this light looks like after dark in my backyard, and we'll also compare it to a stream light to see how this matches up against the other lights in its size class. This is the GL19R. So this is the bigger one of the Fenix lights. Now this is the GL06. And now we'll put it up against the GL19R, which is the full-size light. So it's definitely a lot brighter, but it's also a lot bigger light. Talking 1,000 lumens versus 600. All right, now our light on the left is the Streamlight TLR3, which is about the same size as the GL06, and there is our GL06. And so night and day different, the GL06 to the TLR3. So there's the TLR3, and there is your GL06. Also, if you're looking for a full-size light from Fenix, I have a lot of videos on the channel for the GL19R, which is their full-size model that fits your Glock 17 size, all your full-size guns. I'll also put a link to the review and unboxing video in the description for that video also. All right, that's enough talking. Let's get some mags, throw some rounds downrange, and have some fun. All right, you can see the light is on. We're going to shoot some steel here. See how it goes. All right, ran them all, and the light is still on. All right, our light's on. Another full mag. Here we go. All right, ran them all. Light is still on. All right, light's on. This time we're going to speed it up a little bit on the silhouette. Ran them all. Light's still on. All right, this time we're going to turn the light off. We're going to run a full mag through it. As soon as I'm done, we'll turn it back on, make sure that it doesn't turn on under live fire, and we'll check and make sure the strobe function's working. We're about 100 rounds in right now. All right, ran them all. Lights off. There, it's on. There's your strobe. Back off. And as you can see, that light is rock solid on that rail. All right, this time we're going to run the strobe function on this through a full mag and see how it does. All right, ran them all. Strobe's still on. All right, my final thoughts on the GL06-365 from Fenix. It's another great light, just like I said in the last video. Held up all day, probably sitting on about 120, 130 on the round count, and still comes on. Strobe works, everything is functioning as it should. Now we're gonna do some more videos with this. Obviously it's my carry gun, so when we get like RMSC footprint dots, I'll be testing them out with this and the new gun that I got coming this weekend. So we're definitely going to revisit this light on this just like we are on the standard GL06. I'm working on trying to find a holster right now. I'm going to reach out to Works, see if they can make me an Origin Outlier holster for my 365 XL, and I'm going to have it made for the TLR7 sub, and then this light should fit perfect in that holster. So I'm going to get with them here soon, see what they can do. They don't have an offering like that on their website right now, but I will reach out to them and see if it's possible to have one made, and if not, we'll check with another holster company. Like I said, the light stayed put all day. It never got loose. It's nice and tight on that rail, and it's functioning perfect. So if you're in the market for the GL06 for a 365, I'll have a link in the description of this video. You can go over there, check them out. If you buy them, I get a little kickback on my channel. It helps things out here, and you're going to get a great light for your 365 or your 365 XL, macro, however many other 100 variations Sega has of the 365 now. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.